In this episode of our Thrive Space series, we're going to dive deep into how to care for yourself during the demanding winter season. It's a time of year that, for many of us, can feel heavy, especially when you're also facing the pressure of finals. It can feel like you're just trying to survive. But we're not just about surviving, right? We're about thriving. And today, we're going to show you how.
And yeah, that heaviness can be a lot, especially when you pile finals on top of it. It's so easy to feel completely overwhelmed, and our first instinct is usually just to push harder, ignoring what our mind and body are screaming at us. So today we're going to take a breath and gently guide you through a mental reset with 5 key strategies.
All right, let's jump right in with our first strategy, adjusting your pace. Look, winter is just not the season for constant, high-speed urgency. Your energy levels are probably way different now than they were back in the fall. And that's not a failure on your part, that's just how the season works. So here's the thing. Instead of burning yourself out by staring at a huge assignment for hours on end, we need to break our work into shorter, more focused sprints. Think about it. Would you rather spend 4 hours feeling stressed out and distracted, or get the same amount of work done in maybe 2 hours of focused, energized bursts? These intentional blocks of time are so much more productive. Here's a super practical way to do it. Set a timer for 25 minutes, and for those 25 minutes, you give that one task your absolute complete focus. That means phone away, notifications off, the whole deal. When that timer goes off, you take a real 5-minute break. And I mean a real break. Get up, stretch, look out the window, maybe have a little dance party in your room. Do whatever it takes to completely disconnect. After you do 4 of those cycles, you've totally earned a longer 30-minute rest. This rhythm makes those massive tasks feel way more manageable, I promise. Okay, so now that we've talked about pacing our work, let's talk about the environment we're actually working in. This brings us to our second strategy, finding warmth to stay grounded. There's this deep psychological comfort we get from physical warmth, and it directly affects our nervous system. When you're cold or tense, your body can subconsciously kick into a fight or flight mode, which makes it pretty much impossible to focus. But we can counteract that by intentionally creating a warm, safe space for ourselves. And the best part is, this doesn't have to be complicated at all. We're talking cozy clothes, wrapping up in a weighted blanket, sipping a warm cup of herbal tea. You know, even a familiar, calming scent can send a signal to your brain that this space is safe and it's time for calm, focused work, not panic. And this is where it all clicks together, that deep connection between your body and your mind. By taking just a moment to make sure you're physically comfortable, you're sending this powerful signal to your brain that it's okay to relax and concentrate. You're meeting a foundational need that lets your brain actually get to the hard stuff more easily. Just like creating a warm space on the outside is important, we have to create a warm and nourished space on the inside too. This brings us to our third strategy, gentle nourishment. Stress can totally destroy our eating habits, right? We end up skipping meals or grabbing sugary things that lead to those awful energy spikes and crashes. But right now, during finals, your brain is burning a massive amount of energy. Fueling your body isn't a distraction from studying. It is a direct support for your studying. We're talking about brain food, warm, grounding foods that are easy for your body to digest and give you sustained energy. Think simple things like oatmeal, soups, stews, or even some roasted veggies. This isn't about making complicated meals. It's just about making choices that support you. The shift from those stress habits to supportive fuel can be surprisingly simple. Instead of skipping a meal, just have a warm bowl of oatmeal or soup. Instead of that sugary snack that you know is going to lead to a crash, try some simple scrambled eggs. And please, don't forget to drink water. Even setting a little reminder on your phone to check in on your hunger or thirst can make a huge difference in your ability to concentrate. So, just as we need to nourish our bodies with good food, we also need to nourish our minds with stillness. Our fourth strategy is all about making space for that quiet. In our hyper-connected world, it's so easy to confuse rest with scrolling on our phones or binging a show. But really, those activities are often just another form of stimulation, more noise. Real rest, true restorative rest, is found in those moments of actual stillness that let your nervous system fully reset and clear out all the mental clutter. Think of it like defragging your computer's hard drive. You have to give it time to organize all the information so it can run more efficiently. It is not wasted time, it's a critical investment in your focus. Here is an exercise you can do in literally 60 seconds to find that stillness. First,
just gently stop what you are doing. Second, look at something in your immediate environment that is not a screen, a plant, a pattern on the wall, the view out your window. And third, just listen. Listen to the quiet ambient sounds around you. This simple act interrupts the stress cycle and brings you right back to the present moment.
And finding that stillness, even for a minute, can help us shift our entire perspective. Which brings us to our final and maybe most important concept, reframing how you see growth. It's so easy to look at the winter landscape and feel like everything, including your own progress, is dormant or stalled or just stuck.
But just because things feel slow doesn't mean nothing is happening. Think about nature for a second. Under the frozen surface, roots are deepening and strengthening, getting ready for spring. Well, that's what this time is for you too. This period of rest and reflection and even struggle, it's all part of that same process. You're building resilience. So, the most important thing to remember is to be patient with your pace, and more than anything, to be compassionate with yourself when you struggle. This season isn't about achieving perfection or trying to match the energy you had at other times of the year. It's simply about caring for yourself through the process. So, to close out, let's make this really personal. I want to invite you to take just a moment and ask yourself this question. Looking at all these strategies, what does your mind or your body need more of right now? Is it the structure of those mini sprints? The comfort of warmth? Is it true rest and stillness? Or is it simply more self-compassion? Don't just think about it. Take one full minute right now to really acknowledge that need. Maybe that means deciding to go make a cup of tea, or scheduling a real break in your calendar, or even just telling yourself that it's okay to be struggling. This small act can instantly refresh you and set a more peaceful, productive tone for the rest of your day. You've got this. For more information, visit thrivespace.blog. See the link attached in the description.